New Leaf Animal Crossing is literally a masterpiece, and if you've not already played, you are seriously missing out. Nintendo has been a awesome franchise, but I truly believe that New Leaf really set the tone for games today and even back then. And I think that it would be the perfect opportunity to go through some of these things in New Leaf and exactly why it makes the game so amazing. Something that we don't really see a lot in New Horizons, and exactly why New Leaf sold as many copies as it did, and why people, even in 2025, continue to go back to the series. So let's get into it with 4 fun facts for you guys, and 4 facts that I really believe truly make this game a masterpiece, and exactly why it makes it a masterpiece. So, the first thing we're going to talk about is your villager relationship. It feels like a real friendship. And this truly is something that Nintendo captured in Wild World, City Folk, and New Leaf, and kind of missed the ball in Animal Crossing New Horizons. And a lot of people still talk about it, but this truly was such a great aspect of the game because you feel like you have a best friend. One of these Animal Crossing villagers, you feel like you are, in a best friend relationship with them. I can still remember who was in my village in City Folk and New Leaf when I first started the game. And I mean, when they moved out, it was just such a heartbreaking experience because you'll never see them ever again unless they come into your city and do a little shopping. But once they move out, I mean, you've completely lost any touch with them, which, as a young kid, this can really, make you want to harbor your friendships and make sure that you are playing every day so you don't miss one of your villagers moving out. And the dialogue options, I mean, you just have so much opportunity to build a friendship of who you want to be for your own personality. There's so many different personalities in Animal Crossing, and they really have come through in Wild World, New Leaf, and City Folk. Each villager, single time you leave and you come back, I mean, they get upset. They're upset that you've left, and it makes you feel bad. It really does make you feel bad, and you don't want to miss a day. You don't want to miss a month, 2 months. So as a kid, this is something that you really learn to keep your friendships on the upside. Make sure you're always visiting, make sure you're always talking to your friends. This really set the tone for having a life sim game that you kind of let your villagers just do their own thing. You can't stop them from moving out if you're gone. You can't stop them from, not having a good relationship with other villagers. You can't stop them from putting their houses wherever they want. They're just kind of there as a friend, not as someone that you control as like you would in New Horizons. You control everything about them, their clothes, their house, their name. I mean, in New Leaf, they're just kind of your friend. They're just kind of like a real life friend, which makes it an incredible experience. Second thing that I have is there is so much to do in New Leaf, and I don't think you guys understand the magnitude of I'm able to play this game in 2025 as a 25-year-old and still have fun and still not get bored of games. And I do get bored of games. I have like the 2 week little thing where I, play a game seriously for 2 weeks, and then after 2 weeks I just put it down. But New Leaf is just one of those games where you can just play for hours upon hours. There's just so much to do, especially with this new DLC. Harvey's little RV camp. You can go in, you can see who the villager is, gives you another shopping experience for the day. Today we have Gulliver. But it's just incredible the amount of fun you can really have. And I think that this is awesome that New Leaf was able to do this because on a 3DS, you're able to take it anywhere you want. I think that it's cool that you can just close it up, take it to your friend's house, you can take it to your aunts, your uncles, just play it. You don't have to log in once a day like you do with New Horizons and make sure you get all your crafting supplies, you get all your bottles, you get all your fruit picks. This feels more. You can work with Brewster, you can go to the island, you can have fun, you can see who's in town, if Red's in town, if Grace is in town. You're doing so much that it feels more natural to play than it does in any of the other Animal Crossing games where it seems like you just log in, do what you need to do for the day, hit your rocks, shake your trees, and then log off. But this feels like there's just so much more, and like each day is different. It's an incredible feeling and something that I haven't really experienced with any other games. I would even go as far as to say that this game is probably the one that I do not get bored with the most out of all the Animal Crossing games in the franchise. I know how New Horizons, you have so much to do. You can build, you can decorate, but after a certain point, and I think that everybody's gotten to that point where there's just, you need more than just decorating and building. You need something to feel fulfilling. And especially with helping other NPCs, I feel a sense of relief, I feel a sense of kindness, compassion after I'm done helping. And even, I mean, the simple task of just going from villager to villager and delivering gifts to them, we don't get that as much in New Horizons, and with other games, it was very apparent. New Leaf, I will say that they did tone back a little bit, but I think that it was good that they still kept it in New Leaf. There's a whole island in this that was released where you can go at any time of the day and catch bugs. You can go to the Lyric gift shop, you can diving. This concept is just absolutely incredible to have a little vacation home away from your town. It's just amazing. It was so revolutionary for its age. Nintendo really, I mean, this was just incredible for all gamers of all ages. So Nintendo really did a great job with this and not feeling like you'll ever get bored of the game. Being a mayor is the perfect in-between to a villager and a game maker. So this is something that may be a little controversial, but the reason why I don't think that I enjoyed New Horizons as I would have liked is because I felt like I had too much power over everything. I had too much power over the island, I had too much power over the villagers, I had too much power just in general of making it seem like it wasn't completely randomized. And I think that that's why I like New Leaf and I like Wild World and City Folk a lot more, is because it feels random. It feels like at any point anything could change. I'm not in control of everything, and the only thing that you're really in control of is mayor things, like building new structures that villagers have to recommend to you. You can't just go out and start building a bunch of things. Villagers have to come to you and still give you these options, which is so neat because it kind of stops you from just finishing the game right away. And with New Horizons, once you decorate the island you want to decorate, typically you're like, all right, I finished the game, time to start a new file, whatever. But with this, it's a slow, kind of gradual build of your town. And the ordinances are super neat because you can play the way that you want to play. You can play, if you're going to be gone for long, you could have a beautiful town, an early bird, night owl, depending on how often you play or when you play. And then you have like activities going on. It just feels like you are immersed in the experience, but you're not in control of the experience. So you were essentially able to still do activities that your villagers do, shop, and kind of live your life as a villager, but also have some responsibilities as a mayor. That doesn't feel super overwhelming, but it is still a awesome aspect to the game. And the last thing that makes Animal Crossing New Leaf so great is the process of unlocking things for a reward. This basically is a awesome way to a video game to not allow yourself to finish the game so promptly. And this process of unlocking and kind of doing different tasks, I would say, for this reward is a very good system, especially as a kid, for understanding that if you are nurturing something, if you are doing something, and then you are then rewarded for it, it's going to feel a lot better when you receive this reward than it would if you had just been given the reward. And we see this a lot through Main Street, specifically in New Leaf. Main Street is something where you have to build up, but it takes a little bit to build it up because you need to be the one to either do Gracie's fashion checks for TIY, and if you want to unlock Shampoodle, you have to wait like a couple days and then do like, a couple public works projects for another, and kicks. And it's so neat because as you progress with the game, it's not just the tree that you have in your center that shows how much hard work you have put into the game. It's actually Main Street allow you to see your progress through the game just the act of going to Shampoodles and just, saying what kind of hairstyle you want. I really miss that in New Horizons, because this, I feel like when it was first introduced into City Folk, I remember my sister and we'd be playing on the Wii, and this was just so fun. We would go to the city, we would go walk around, pretend that we're having like a shopping day at Gracie's, go get our hair done. It was just such an experience that we made for ourselves that it feels like that kind of got lost in New Horizons a little bit. I remember going to the city to escape our town, and it's fun that they have brought this into New Leaf, because it just separates your town from, the city life, and it keeps it feeling pure. It keeps your town feeling pure while also giving you something to go shopping with and escape your town. But you can see here that I have built a lot, and the only thing I am missing is Katrina's, but everything that you see has been built up and something that I've worked towards, and it's so neat to just be able to see it all kind of come to life and enjoy it and remember why and how I did it. So it's just been so neat. I think New Leaf is just truly such an incredible game, and if you've never played, I highly recommend just finding a copy at your local thrift store, or maybe just finding one on eBay. I don't know. New Leaf just feels so magical, and if you've only played Animal Crossing New Horizons, it's a totally different environment and world, and maybe it's not for everybody. Maybe it's just because I grew up on it, but it feels a lot more promising and a lot more delivering than Animal Crossing New Horizons. And I could promise you, I've never gotten bored with New Leaf. I don't know if you've gotten bored with New Horizons, but maybe New Leaf might be right for you. So thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know down below what you guys think, and if you guys think that these facts that I had for you were also helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.